Sometimes life hits you so hard, you don't know whether to scream or cry, or just keep moving forward. For me, it started with betrayal. She was supposed to be my forever, but instead, I found her in the arms of one of my closest friends. Trust shattered, dreams crushed. So, I did what anyone drowning in heartbreak would do. I got in my car and drove. Across states, through endless highways, chasing nothing but solitude. And Utah called to me like a promise of escape. I chose Wasatch Cache National Forest because it wasn't just another hiking destination. It was freedom wrapped in pine trees and mountain air. No crowds, no noise, just miles of untouched wilderness waiting to swallow me whole. I parked as far down the trail as I could go, geared up, and stepped out. My phone buzzed once before dying completely. No service, no distractions. Just me in the wild. It felt perfect. The hike started strong. The forest smelled alive, earthy, damp, full of secrets. But then the sky darkened, and the first drops of rain fell. Not heavy, not storm-like, but enough to ruin the mood. Hiking in the rain? Not my thing. Annoyed, I turned back toward my car, thinking this trip was already over. Little did I know, the real trouble was just beginning. But when I reached my car, my stomach dropped. All 4 tires slashed. Coincidence? Hardly. Someone didn't want me leaving. Fear crept in like the cold wind rustling through the trees. Alone, stranded, and miles from help, I knew I had 2 options: stay put or find higher ground. Staying put felt like surrender. So I chose the harder path. I headed back toward the summit, the only place where I might get cell service. Every step felt heavier now, not just from exhaustion, but from knowing I wasn't alone. Rustling sounds echoed behind me. Stopping whenever I stopped, paranoia became my constant companion. Was someone following me? Or was it just the forest playing tricks on my mind? Finally, the summit. Against all odds, there was a single bar of service. I called the police, explained everything, the slashed tires, the stalking, and prayed they'd believe me. They told me help was coming, but relief was short-lived. Now, I faced the real challenge: getting back to my car without becoming prey. The sun was setting, casting long shadows that made every tree look like a lurking figure. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. As I tried to loop back through the forest, I stumbled upon something that froze me in my tracks. A hidden campsite. Logs arranged in a perfect circle. A fire still smoldering. Fresh footprints led away into the darkness. Who were these people? Why were they here? Before I could process it, a twig snapped nearby. Then another. Panic surged through me. This wasn't paranoia anymore. They were closing in. They weren't hiding anymore. 6 figures emerged from the shadows, clad in white robes, charging after me like hunters pursuing their quarry. Adrenaline took over. I ran faster than I ever thought possible, every breath burning, every heartbeat deafening. My car was close. I could see it, but so were they. Each step felt like a gamble between survival and disaster. I reached the car just as the officer arrived. He assured me help was on the way, but his words chilled me to the bone. "You wandered into dangerous territory," he said. "Cults, religious groups, woods folk, they called them many things. Whatever they were, they didn't take kindly to intruders. To this day, I still don't know why they chased me. Were they protecting their land? Or was it something darker? That experience changed me, not just because of the fear, but because of the questions it left behind. What happens in those uncharted parts of the world? And how much are we willing to risk to uncover the truth? Sometimes the answers lie deeper than we're prepared to go.